Okay, so guys, in this video, join me as I show you how I turned my $5 into $25 on the volatility index. I know it's not a lot, but it is enough. So I'm also going to drop a new setup for you. In this video, you are also going to join the setup which I'm about to drop. And if you are not early on this video, I'll be dropping subsequent video on my analysis and my entries on the volatility index now. So let's go here and let me show you what it is here on the volatility index. So here I'm on the VIX 25, so I'm going to show you also the VIX 25. I'm currently running on a trade, so I'm in profit right now. As you can see here, this is volatility 25. I just volatility 50, so I just entered this trade right from here. So I picked an early entry on this trade, so I'm running in profit right now. So what I'm here to do in this video is for the VIX 25. So I'm here to show you on the VIX 25. So let's type in here VIX 25 and let me show you my setup there and how I made the money. And I'm also going to show you a new setup which you can join me, and if you see that it's played out to our criteria, you can also enter. So I know the $25 is not a lot of money, but for now, since it's enough money, I'm going to take the profit out of the market, because I didn't work for anyone before having the money. I just went in there with the knowledge I have about the market, make some analysis and enter the trade, and just like that, $25. So that's enough money. Yeah, I call that one enough money. So on 25 index, volatility 25 index, we are on a buy, we are on a sell, sorry to say. So let's go to the 24 hour, and I'm going to use a new setup for you here. So I'm going to use a new setup, a new template to say. Let me use a new template, the main template I made the analysis on. So I'm going to use that one so you can understand what it is here. It's not this one. Okay, I guess it's this one. Okay, so this is the template. This is the template I used. And I told you always that I still use my break and retest strategies in all. So this is my break and retest strategies, which I'm also showing you in this video. So here on the VIX 25, I'll go to the 24 hour. I'll start explaining from the 24 hour as usual. I'll start from the higher time frame and to see how it's going from the 24 hour. So that's the overall trend of the market. Once I know the overall trend of the market, what's the market doing on the 24 hour, then I break it down to the lower time frame. Since it's not a lot of capital, I break it down to the lowest time frame, maybe the 5 minutes or the 15 minutes. Then I get my entry from the time frame there. So on the 24 hour, we are also, so this 24 hour, I already saved this template, that's why it's not showing. So I'll use the different template to check out the 24 hours. So I use the different template here. I'll use a different template here. So this is the 24 hour. All saved templates, they are saved to the time frame which I used. So I didn't save it on the 24 hour. That's why it's not opening on the 24 hour. Let me load another template. 24. Okay, this one is the 24 hour. Okay, so I saved this one on the 24 hour. So here is the 24 hour. Here is the 24 hour. You can see from the 24 hour, this market here on the volatility 25 is bearish. So I want you to consider this market from here. So let's just consider this point. So let's just consider this point and forget about what's happening at the back or anywhere. So we know also, even if we go back here, we are bearish. This is still a bearish market. If you can see, this is a big bearish market, and this was just a retracement. This that just happened here. So we are coming to take out this low, which you can see here. Let me draw it for you. So we are coming to take out this low right now. This low you can see here. We are coming to take out the low here. So this you can see right now is what I'm going to. So on the 24 hour, we know that we are bearish now. So let me go back to the template here, the template which I saved. The template I saved entry here on the 1 hour. So I'm on the template right now. So on the 1 hour, I save this template on the 1 hour, so I'll make the analysis also on the 1 hour. So I detect, after we know we are bearish on the 24 hour, and we know we are bearish also on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour also we are bearish. So what you are looking for now is our point of interest, our point which we want to buy, our point which we want to sell, sorry to say, the point of interest which we want to sell. That's the point you are looking for. So whenever we know the direction of the market, we are going to look for the place of entry now, the point of entry. So the point of entry consists of three things to say. So my area of interest consists of three things inside the area of interest that make up three things that make up the area of interest. One is the trend line, two is my Fibonacci tool, and the third one is my support and resistance. So here you can see that whenever the market comes to this zone is a strong support and resistance zone, which is part or constitute of my area of interest. So you can see when it comes here, so I'm going to take the part 2. The market was coming up, breaks this side, comes here, this zone, goes back up, break the zone again, comes back to the same zone, a retest on the zone push it back down, it comes back to the same zone, push it back down, it comes back to the same zone, push it back down. This means there are players there, there are big boys. The big boys are there restricting the market from going further, and once it's on an uptrend, restricting the market from going further down. You understand what I'm saying? So it comes back here, they still resist the price here. The price was resisted here, so this is acting as our resistance on a sell. So while we are bearish, it's resisting us. There is no break yet. So that is how it keep on going. That is how it keep on going. So let's move forward. So it breaks the point. That point we can see there, it breaks the point. Let me delete this one now and go more. So it finally breaks that resistance point. This resistance that have been holding, the market finally break it, it retest on it, and you can see there is a push. So this is what I mean. The market finally comes here, resist again. So finally there is a break, and after this break, what can you see? You can see a retest back to the same zone, acting as a support right now. So resistance turns support for the buy, and support turn resistance for the sell. So it's turned a support now to the downside. So coming here again, it turns a support. So it breaks the resistance again. So once it breaks the resistance now, the resistance is going to turn, the support now is going to turn the resistance. It's going to resist, this support now is going to resist the market. So coming back here, you can see there is a resistance here. The market, it resists the price of the market here, of the volatility index. Coming back down, it resists this price again. So this is where I cut my entry. So this particular zone, this is where I cut my entry. So pay attention now to what I'm going to show you here. So after noting that it has been retesting on that zone, coming here, I took my entry from here, this exact point you can see, and I take my profit here. You can see this is my profit zone, about 73 or 732 pips. So you can see that's my 73 pips of target. That's my target, 73 of target. So I took the profit already, and I'm going to show you on my MT5. So coming back to this zone now, you can see after I took the trade from that zone, it comes back down ASAP. You can see it comes back down. So it went to my take profit. So now, since that has passed now, I've made a profit out of that one. You might be asking, or you might be saying, now what are we on right now? So I'm going to show you what we are on right now. So let me delete this. So asking of what we are on right now on the VIX 25, this is what I'm expecting right now on the VIX 25. It will come to a zone, and I'm going to use my fib tool now. So we are on a sell, retest on the fib zone. You can see it also respects the fib zone, my sell points there. So after that, let's look for a new entry point now, so we can enter the trade. So let's try to check for a new entry point. That's where I want us to enter the trade. So on the 4 hour now, I'm on the 4 hour now. We can't wait for the market. We can't wait for the market to come back to this zone, or I can't say the market is going to come back to this zone to retest, because it has already retested on this zone. So let's check now a new entry point from this zone to this zone. So where we can see, when we can see some kind of like a support or a resistance zone, which is the area of interest. So let's check it out and see. So this area, which I can see, is kind of like, this area is kind of like a support and a resistance area. So we can take that here, right here, as a zone which we might wait for the price of the market to retest to. So what do I mean by this? I'm saying, so this is what I mean. Sorry. So I'm going to take my rectangle tool and draw a box around this zone, because there is some kind of actions there on this place, you can see, and I'm going to show you all it means. So let's calculate now this point, how many times we have seen a retest on this same point. So let's check out how many times we've seen a retest on this same point. On the 4 hour now, we are on the 4 hour now. So let's take our ellipse tool. So after the market retests to this zone, this particular zone, we can see there is a push to the upside. Here acts now as a support. So since we are on a sell, we are going to find out that this support now is going to turn a resistance level. So that's where we are going to sell. So that's one. So we'll call here, all here together, let's just call it 2. And we want a multiple touch. You understand what I'm saying? We want a multiple touch. Let's add here up also to it. We call here 3. So this a kind of like a point that it has retested 3 times. So this zone, we can't call this zone our retest point, because it just retest on this zone twice. So we are going to wait for the price of the market to reverse to this zone. So from here, it comes to retest on this zone. So maybe we don't know where it's going to reverse from anywhere it wants. So we are waiting for this zone. Once we see a tap in this zone, then we can sell from this zone to a new low. Remember, I said we are coming to take this overall low from here. So we are coming to take this overall low. So we are expecting the price of the VIX 25 to drop to this zone. So I'll be buying again. I'll be selling to say again. I'll be going on a short position from this zone. To this point. That's 139 pips. That's my target, and my stop loss will be above here. So this is what I'm expecting. So I'm going to use my fib tool also to confirm this entry. I'm going to use my Fibonacci tool to confirm this entry of mine here. So I'll take my fib tool now and I'll check the points also. So I want to sell the market, so I'll draw from the top to the down. Let's say here is the zone which is trying to retest, it's trying to go back from. So you can see that also my fib tool, so my 25% and my 61% is the most active zone. So what do I mean by the most active zone? So it's the most active zone in this sense is that it's the market price usually retests and respects the zone, the 50 and the 61%. So let me change the color to something black, or let's change the color to, okay. So you can see that Fibonacci also is in alignment with the resistance and the support zone, so that's a good alignment, and we are having the retest now. So this is what I'm waiting for to sell again. So this is all for this video, and I'll be showing you the profit of my previous trade also. So guys, peace.